Here's what nobody tells you about turning 50. One day, your inbox starts filling with retirement planning seminar invitations. Your doctor suddenly adds tests you've never heard of, and that 401k statement you ignored for 15 years, it becomes the most emotionally charged document in your mailbox. Because at 50, the illusion of "I've got time" expires. Here on Rick Invests, we talk about strategy, not fantasy. And the biggest fantasy people in their 50s believe is this: I still have plenty of time. You don't. I know a man who earned over $200,000 a year for 3 decades. Big house, promotions, vacations. At 57, he got laid off. When he finally opened his retirement accounts, he had $17,000 saved. 17. Another woman inherited $180,000 in her early 50s. Within 3 years, it was gone. Not gambling, not drugs. She funded her adult son's failing business, renovated a kitchen that didn't increase value, helped her parents without checking if they had a plan. Both of them felt wealthy until the math showed up. And math does not care about feelings. That's something we repeat often on Rick Invests. If you're in your 50s right now, you're playing a different game. In your 20s, 30s, and 40s, time absorbs your mistakes. In your 50s, time amplifies them. This is the decade where financial errors compound faster than gains. Let's walk through the traps that quietly destroy retirements. 1. You don't pay your future self first. Behavioral economists call it temporal discounting. Humans overvalue present comfort and undervalue future security. Your brain would rather spend $5,000 today than invest it for $10,000 later. In your 50s, that wiring becomes dangerous. 10 aggressive investing years between 50 and 60 can dramatically change your retirement. Wait until 55, you cut your compounding window in half. 5 years is the difference between calm and panic at 70. And here's the brutal truth: willpower doesn't work. Automation does. On Rick Invests, we focus on systems over motivation. Increase your 401k automatically. Set recurring transfers to a Roth IRA. Make saving feel like a utility bill, not a monthly decision. Because if you rely on leftovers, you'll retire on leftovers. 2. Supporting adults who should be supporting themselves. This one hurts. Co-signing loans, paying rent for grown children, taking Parent Plus loans, funding temporary situations that become permanent. Here's the math. Your kids can borrow for education. You cannot borrow for retirement. At 72, there is no scholarship for being broke. Helping occasionally, that's love. Subsidizing indefinitely, that's financial self-destruction. One of the core principles on Rick Invests is simple. Your first responsibility is not becoming a burden later. That's real love. 3. All your money is in the wrong tax bucket. Most Gen X savers dumped everything into traditional 401ks. That's tax deferral, not tax freedom. Every dollar withdrawn in retirement is taxable. Required minimum distributions remove flexibility. Higher balances can push you into bigger tax brackets and even increase Medicare premiums. Tax diversification changes the game. Roth accounts grow tax-free. Withdrawals don't inflate taxable income. They give you control. If eligible, contribute to a Roth IRA. If not, explore backdoor strategies. Use a Roth 401k option if available. On Rick Invests, we call this building multiple income lanes for retirement. Control equals savings. 4. Ignoring your house until it becomes a crisis. Your house is aging just like you. Roof, HVAC, plumbing, foundation. In your 50s, you can still handle repairs. In your late 60s on fixed income, a $15,000 surprise becomes financial trauma. Small issues become massive bills when ignored. Also ask, will this home serve you at 75? 2-story layout? High taxes? Card dependency? Downsizing sounds easy until transaction costs and market shifts erase expected profits. Your house is shelter first, investment second. Treat it with realism. 5. Only one spouse understands the finances. If only one partner handles everything, passwords, accounts, investments, you've built fragility into your life. Divorce after 50 is rising. Sudden widowhood happens. Beneficiary mistakes happen. Old 401ks sometimes still list ex-spouses, and beneficiary designations override wills. Both partners should know where accounts are, how to access them, who beneficiaries are, what insurance exists. Redundancy is security. Financial ignorance inside marriage is risk. 6. Underestimating health costs. Healthcare will likely be your largest retirement expense. Even healthy couples can spend hundreds of thousands across retirement. Chronic illness multiplies that. Your 50s are the last decade where prevention still changes the financial curve. Exercise reduces heart disease risk. Strength training prevents falls. Weight control lowers diabetes risk. This isn't about aesthetics, it's about avoiding six-figure medical bills. On Rick Invests, we talk about wealth protection, and your health is part of that protection strategy. 7. No emergency fund. Job searches after 50 take longer. Age bias is real. Without 6 months of expenses in cash, a layoff forces retirement withdrawals or high-interest debt, permanently shrinking your future. Emergency money must be liquid, boring, safe. Its job is survival, not growth. 8. Carrying consumer debt into your 60s. Credit cards at 18% interest quietly destroy compounding. Every interest payment is future retirement income you'll never see. Create a 5-year elimination plan. Divide total non-mortgage debt by 60 months. That's your attack number. Debt at 30 is manageable. Debt at 60 is suffocating. 9. Believing your house is your retirement plan. Equity feels powerful, but you can't spend drywall. Unless you sell or borrow against it, your house produces no income. It's illiquid and concentrated risk. Retirement portfolios generate flexibility and cash flow. If most of your wealth is trapped in your house, you're asset-rich and cash-fragile. On Rick Invests, we focus on liquidity and diversification, not paper net worth. 10. Ignoring your parents' financial reality. This is uncomfortable. Have the conversation anyway. If your parents run out of money, you will be the call. Without planning, their crisis becomes your retirement delay. Ask about long-term care coverage, monthly expenses, contingency plans. Avoiding the talk doesn't avoid responsibility, it just delays the shock. The game has changed. Your 50s are not an extension of your 40s, they are a narrowing runway. Every dollar carries more weight, every year matters more. Here are your 3 non-negotiables. Automate aggressive savings, eliminate debt, and stop subsidizing adults. Build tax diversification and liquidity. This decade determines whether retirement feels like freedom or financial triage. Most people will nod and change nothing. Some will get lucky. But as we say on Rick Invests, luck is not a strategy. Boring, automatic, diversified investing builds real wealth. In your 20s, you could recover from laziness. In your 50s, you cannot. The scoring system flipped. This is Rick Invests. Choose wisely.